the traffic starts. Curtains breathe above the radiator. I turn the latch and let the morning in. A little untidy, a little brighter. Blue mug warming both my hands. Steam drawing circles in the air. Nothing has asked me for an answer yet. For a minute I can simply be here. Blue mugs, open windows, sunlight on the wooden floor. The day has not begun to hurry, I do not need to ask for more. Blue mugs, open window, a sparrow balancing on the wire. Before the lists and little deadlines, I have this pocket of time. Someone rolls a bicycle down the street. A delivery truck hums at the corner. The basil plant has grown another leaf without announcing its achievement. Oh, I take the first sip by the sill. Still wearing yesterday's old sweater. No grand design, no sudden revelation, just a morning fitting itself together. Blue mug, open window, sunlight on the wooden floor. The day has not begun to hurry, I do not need to ask for more. Blue mug, open window, a sparrow bouncing on the wire. Before the lists and little deadlines, I have this pocket of time. Maybe later, plans will overlap. Messages will gather in a row. But the breeze has found the kitchen table, and for now, that is enough to know. I leave one chair slightly turned, as if the room has somewhere to go. The blue mug cools beside the window, and the whole day feels possible. Blue mug, open window, sunlight on the wooden floor. The day has not begun to hurry, I do not need to ask for more. Blue mug, open window, a sparrow balancing on the wire. Before the lists and little deadlines, I have this pocket of time. Blue mug, open window, a small beginning, nothing loud. The morning does not make a promise, still I like the way it turned out. I opened the little wooden box while the coffee settled in the cup. There they were, the amber-colored pair, waiting without making any fuss. No dinner plans, no place to impress, no one I was hoping to run into. I fastened them and caught the light, moving differently across the room. I wore my favorite earrings today, for no one waiting at the door. A tiny bit of color by my face made the morning feel like mine once more. I wore my favorite earrings today, no occasion, no reason to explain, just a small way of remembering I am worth a little care again. I changed the sheets and watered the fern, answered to messages I had delayed, walked to the store for oranges with sunlight flickering beside my face. They swung a little when I turned to let a stroller pass me on the street. A private celebration in plain clothes, keeping time with every step I somewhere underneath. Still I smiled before I walked away, and carried that small kindness out with me. I wore my favorite earrings today, for no one waiting at the door. A tiny bit of color by my face made the morning feel like mine once more. When I put them back tonight, the room was quiet, the day complete. Nothing changed and something did. I had kept a promise made to me. I left the station by the eastern gate, though the shorter road was on the right. The pavement still held a little warmth from the generous part of daylight. A woman closed the florist shop, two boys were trading jokes on bicycles. Someone's laundry moved above the street like flags for ordinary miracles. I took the long way home in June, past the houses with their windows open. No need to be the evening there, no prize for being first through the door. I took the long way home in June, let the minutes loosen one by one. The day had asked enough from me, so I walked until the rushing was done. The bakery had sold the last of its bread. A handwritten sign leaned in the glass. I followed where the hydrangeas grew, along a lane I usually passed. A dog looked up from someone's porch, then settled back beneath the wooden chair. The air smelled faintly of cut grass and dinner drifting from somewhere. I took the long way home in June, past the houses with their windows open. No need to be the evening there, no prize for being first through the door. I took the long way home in June, let the minutes loosen one by one. The day had asked enough of me, so I walked until the rushing was done. I did not solve a single thing, I did not make tomorrow clearer. Still, each step returned a part of me. The faster roads had left somewhere. The sky turned apricot above the roofs. A train passed behind the row of trees. I stopped to watch the crossing lights blink red without a quay in me. I took the long way home in June, past the houses with their windows open. No need to be the evening there, no prize for being first through the door. I took the long way home in June, let the minutes loosen one by one. The day had asked enough of me, so I walked until the rushing was done. Inside my hand, the first street lights had started glowing. I came home later than I could have, and felt more ready for the evening. Grocer folded down the top of a brown paper bag with both hands. 3 peaches shifting as I walk, like something fragile I should understand. the kitchen light, and something simple on TV. Peaches in the paper bag. I thought of setting out 2 plates. It is strange how an ordinary night can feel like something worth the wait. You said you might be running late. There was rice left over from last night. I pictured you taking off your shoes and leaning in the doorway for a while. The neighbor's radio played downstairs, a song I knew but could not quite recall. The peaches gave off that sweet smell before I reached our building hall. Peaches in the paper bag, a little summer coming home with me. Nothing planned beyond the kitchen light, and something simple on TV. Peach eggs in the paper bag. I thought of setting out 2 plates. It is strange how an ordinary night can feel like something worth the wait. No reservation written down, no candles waiting in a row, just the ceiling fan above the table and a window we forgot to close. Maybe we will talk about the day, maybe neither one of us will try. We will cut the peaches over bowls and let the evening take its time. Peaches in the paper bag, a little summer coming home with me. Nothing planned beyond the kitchen light, and something simple on TV. Peaches in the paper bag. I thought of setting out 2 plates. It is strange how an ordinary night can feel like something worth the wait. Oh, 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 took its time. I balanced groceries on my knee. By the time the door slid open, you were already home waiting for me. You held a bag up to your face and smiled before you said a word. Some evenings do not need a story to become the ones I still remember. I stepped outside with half a cup and found the railing changed somehow. The rosemary had reached the string, the basil leaves were crowding out. I must have missed the newest stem while answering the usual calls. The little pots had kept their plans without consulting me at all. The balcony plants look taller than they did a week ago. No sudden leap, no grand arrival, just an inch I did not notice grow. Balcony plants look taller, leaning into morning sun. Maybe I have moved a little too, while I was busy getting things done. The ivy found the wooden frame and traced a corner of its own. A flower opened near the chair I thought had finished blooming long ago. Oh, I turned the soil and filled the can, removed the leaves that had gone brown. It felt less like a list of chores and more like being gently found. The balcony plants look taller than they did a week ago. No sudden leap, no grand arrival, just an inch I did not notice grow. Balcony plants look taller, leaning into morning sun. Maybe I have moved a little too, while I was busy getting things done. I keep expecting change to knock, to make a speech and show its face, but sometimes it is quieter, a root extending out of sight. A habit held for one more day, a kinder answer than before. A little more room in my chest when something does not go to plan. The balcony plants look taller than they did a week ago. No sudden leap, no grand arrival, just an inch I did not notice grow. Balcony plants look taller, lean into morning sun. Maybe I have moved a little too, while I was busy busy getting things done. I brought the empty cup inside and left the window open wide. The leaves kept turning toward the light, and I felt glad to be beside them. Two bowls were waiting by the sink, a coffee cup, a wooden spoon. The afternoon came through the blinds and drew a ladder on the room. I almost turned the faucet on to finish one more useful thing, then heard the neighbors' wind chimes move and let the kitchen stay as it had been. I left the dishes for later, let the water wait its turn, carried my book out to the balcony with a page I meant to learn. I left the dishes for later, nothing fell apart somehow. The plates could keep their little tower. I needed this half hour now. I poured some lemonade with ice and watched it fog the outside glass. A pigeon landed on the rail, then reconsidered and flew past. The laundry basket knew my name. The inbox had opinions too, but neither one could follow me into the chair beneath the afternoon. I left the dishes for later, let the water wait its turn, carried my book out to the balcony with a page I meant to learn. I left the dishes for later, nothing fell apart somehow. The plates could keep their little tower. I needed this half hour now. I used to think a restful day was something earned by finishing, as if the rooms would hand me back the minutes I had given them. But sunlight does not save a seat, the breeze will not return on cue. So I let one small task remain and chose the part of day still passing through. I left the dishes for later, let the water wait its turn, carried my book out to the balcony with a page I meant to learn. I left the dishes for later, nothing fell apart somehow. The plates could keep their little tower. I needed this half hour now. Inside, the bowls were where they used to be. I washed them while the kettle warmed without resenting anything. The window held a fading sky, the counter slowly cleared again. A little mess had given me a little time that felt like mine. I buttoned up a linen shirt and left the jacket on its hook. No second layer, no careful plan, no need to overthink the look. The hallway mirror caught a crease, I let it stay across the sleeve. The weather did not ask for much, and neither did the day from me. It is a linen shirt weather, one layer and an open door, a little air around my shoulders, a little less to carry than before. It is a linen shirt weather, no need to map the whole day out. I will take the morning as it comes and leave some room to wander around. Oh, 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 oh. The cafe tables lined the street, a chalkboard leaned against a chair. Someone carried flowers home with stems and paper everywhere. I bought a roll and ate it warm while walking past the bicycle shop. The sunlight moved between the trees in pieces, no one had to stop. It is linen shirt weather, one layer and an open door, a little air around my shoulders, a little less to carry than before. It is linen shirt weather, no need to map the whole day out. I will take the morning as it comes and leave some room to wander around. Oh, oh, oh. Good hours trying to arrange each step ahead, as if a day could only matter and it followed what I said. But the shirt moved lightly in the breeze, the road curved farther than I knew, and I did not need a better reason to see where it was leading to. It is a linen shirt weather, one layer in an open door, a little layer around my shoulders, a little less to carry than before. It is a linen shirt weather, no need to map the whole day out. I will take the morning as it comes and leave some room to wander around. Oh, 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 oh. The fabric wrinkled at the seams. I came home with no great story, just a clearer head and tired feet. I hung the shirt beside the window where the evening air came through. Some days are better left unplanned, with nothing heavy buttoned to them.
I dropped the shirts at 10:30, bought stamps beside the station gate. A paper list inside my pocket had 4 more boxes left to check. The pharmacy was full of people, the traffic lights took their time. Somewhere between the bank and bakery, a melody crossed my mind. I found a song between errands, nothing polished, nothing planned, just a few uneven notes, keeping pace with the bags in my hands. I found a song between errands while the whole street hurried along. The day was mostly things to finish, but a little part of it was still my own. I hummed it past the bicycle racks, past a barber sweeping hair. The tune kept losing half its chorus, then finding something better there. I bought tomatoes, soap and coffee, forgot the batteries once again. But the rhythm followed every crosswalk like an old and easy friend. I found a song between errands, nothing polished, nothing planned, just a few uneven notes, keeping pace with the bags in my hands. I found a song between errands while the whole street hurried along. The day was mostly things to finish, but a little part of it was still my own. There are days I turn myself into a list with walking shoes, moving neatly through the hours with no time left to leave a clue. But I am more than completed tasks, more than receipts folded in a coat. Sometimes all it takes to remember is a tune nobody else will know. I found a song between errands, nothing polished, nothing planned, just a few uneven notes, keeping pace with the bags in my hands. I found a song between errands while the whole street hurried along. The day was mostly things to finish, but a little part of it was still my own. By the time I reached my building, the melody had changed its shape. I could not sing it quite the same way if you asked me to replay it. Still I carried something home besides the groceries and the change. A few loose notes inside my chest, and a day that felt a little less arranged.
The same bus shelter, the same faded map, the same convenience store across the street. I stood beneath the timetable with grocery handles looped around my wrist. A scooter rattled through the lights, someone folded up a newspaper, then someone drifted through the traffic air, too particular to overlook. The bus stop smelled like jasmine, though I had passed it many times. A vine was climbing up the fence behind the row of parking signs. The bus stop smelled like jasmine, and the street felt newly drawn. There were corners of this neighborhood I had been walking past all along. stepped a little closer to the gate to find where all that sweetness came from. Small white stars among the leaves, half hidden from the lowering sun. No plaque, no garden, carefully arranged. No reason anyone would stop and stare. Just a plant that found a place to grow and change the ordinary air. The bus stop smelled like jasmine, though I passed it many times. A vine was climbing up the fence behind the row of parking signs. The bus stop smelled like jasmine and the street felt newly drawn. There were corners of this neighborhood I had been walking past all along. I thought I knew this road by heart. The cracked tile near the bakery, the window with the orange cat, the shortcut by the pharmacy. But knowing where a street will lead is not the same as seeing it. A familiar place can keep a secret until the evening opens it. The bus stop smelled like jasmine, though I passed it many times. A vine was climbing up the fence behind the row of parking signs. The bus stop smelled like jasmine and the street felt newly drawn. There were corners of this neighborhood I had been walking past all along. The bus arrived and lowered down, its doors unfolding with a sigh. I took my usual window seat and watched the jasmine slip from sight. Tomorrow I will pass again, perhaps the air will smell the same. But now the street has one more detail, and I am glad I learned its name. The florist had a bucket by the door with stems that leaned in every direction. I had only stopped for bread and milk. No birthday circled on the calendar. I chose the ones with crooked leaves and petals somewhere between cream and gold. The woman wrapped them in brown paper like a secret I was allowed to hold. I bought flowers for no reason, no guest arriving, no table set, no apology, no celebration, no occasion I had nearly forgot. I bought flowers for no reason, carry them home beneath the sun. I do not need a better answer than the fact that I wanted some. They bumped against my shoulder as I waited for the crossing light. A few small petals came undone and settled in the paper fold just right. At home I found a cloudy jar, too wide to be a proper vase. I trimmed the stems above the sink and gave them room beside my favorite chair. I bought flowers for no reason, no guest arriving, no table set, no apology, no celebration, no occasion I had nearly forgot. I bought flowers for no reason, carry them home beneath the sun. I do not need a better answer than the fact that I wanted some. To save a little beauty for the days that earned a living, as though an ordinary Tuesday had to ask before it could be given. But no one checks the reasons for the sunlight on the kitchen wall. The flowers did not need permission to open where the shadows fall. apology, no celebration, no occasion I had nearly forgot. I bought flowers for no reason, carry them home beneath the sun. I do not need a better answer than the fact that I wanted some. By evening they had turned the room into a place I noticed passing through. The bread was sliced, the kettle warm, the window held a strip of blue. But nothing important happened there, nothing needed to be proved. Still, every time I looked their way, the whole room felt a little more like mine. The buildings wore their usual faces, glass and stone and office gray. But someone drew a hopscotch grid in chalk beside the subway stairs. A man in a suit bought lemonade from a stand beneath the trees. His tie moved sideways in the wind, and no one seemed to mind the breeze. The city felt less serious today. The corners lost their sharper edges. I set my worries down a while beside the fountain and the benches. The city felt less serious today, not careless, just a little kind. I did not have to carry everything, everywhere, all of the time. A taxi waited at the light with daisies painted on its door. Two sparrows argued over crumbs outside a crowded grocery store. The problems had not disappeared, they simply took a smaller shape, like papers folded in my bag that I could open up another day. The city felt less serious today. The corners lost their sharper edges. I set my worries down a while beside the fountain and the benches. The city felt less serious today, not careless, just a little kind. I did not have to carry everything, everywhere, all of the time. I have been walking as though every thought required an answer on the spot, as though the world would close its doors if I stopped holding every lock. But the sun fell through the avenue and landed on my scuffed up shoes. For one block, then another block, I let the afternoon choose. The city felt less serious today. The corners lost their sharper edges. I set my worries down a while beside the fountain and the benches. The city felt less serious today, not careless, just a little kind. I did not have to carry everything, everywhere, all of the time. A busker changed a broken string and started laughing at himself. A little girl spun circles near him while her mother checked her phone. I reached my street with lighter hands, the sky reflected in the shops. Tomorrow might be complicated, but tonight I let the thinking stop. Stopped beneath the striped awning with my work bag slipping down my arm. The fruit stand had a cardboard sign written quickly in a marker pen. A row of strawberries in small clear boxes, each one brighter than the traffic lights. I had planned to buy the usual things, but carried home a little more than rice. Strawberries on a Tuesday, red enough to interrupt the week. No candles waiting on the table, no reason for a special treat. Strawberries on a Tuesday, I did not need to earn the right to make an ordinary evening taste a little more like summertime. Taste a little more like summertime. The train was crowded as it always was. A child was sleeping on her father's coat. I held the berries carefully between my umbrella and my phone. At home, I rinsed them in a bowl and garden left the green tops in a row. The kitchen window caught the sun before it disappeared behind the road. Strawberries on a Tuesday, red enough to interrupt the week. No candles waiting on the table, no reason for a special treat. Strawberries on a Tuesday, I did not need to earn the right to make an ordinary evening taste a little more like summertime. I used to save the nicest things for Saturdays with nothing planned, as though delight belonged to weekends and weekdays had to understand. But 5 small days are far too many to move through only getting by. So I put the berries in my favorite dish and let the calendar wait outside. Strawberries on a Tuesday, red enough to interrupt the week. No candles waiting on the table, no reason for a special treat. Strawberries on a Tuesday, I did not need to earn the right to make an ordinary evening taste a little more like summertime. The dishes stayed beside the sink, the news played low in the other room. I ate the last one by the window while the street lights started coming through. Nothing grand had changed at all, tomorrow still began at 9. But Tuesday had a sweeter ending because I let a small joy be mine.
The train was waiting at the platform with its doors held open wide. 2 empty seats beside each other, one by the aisle, one by the sky. I nearly chose the usual one, the easy place to move aside, then set my bag above the window and let myself sit down this time. I took the window seat today, watched the rooftop slip behind me, laundry turning on the balconies, a baseball field beside the line. I took the window seat today, no one asked me to explain. It was only one small preference, but it felt good to say its name. I am quick to make more room, to take the chair that no one wants, to answer either one is fine before I know which one I want. But sunlight crossed the river bridge and scattered silver on the glass. I did not trade the view away before somebody had even asked. I took the window seat today, watched the rooftop slip behind me, laundry turning on the balconies, a baseball field beside the line. I took the window seat today, no one asked me to explain. It was only one small preference, but it felt good to say its name. There is kindness in stepping back when someone truly needs the space, but disappearing out of habit is a different kind of grace. So I let the scenery arrive without apologizing first. A row of gardens, water towers, a dog asleep beneath a shirt. I took the window seat today, watched the rooftop slip behind me, laundry turning on the balconies, a baseball field beside the line. I took the window seat today, no one asked me to explain. It was only one small preference, but it felt good to say its name. The train pulled into my station and I stood when it was time. Nothing larger had been settled, nothing needed to be signed. Still the afternoon felt different as I walked beneath the trees. I had wanted something simple, and I let it belong to me.
With dampened hair and one sleeve folded unevenly. The morning had already warmed the pavement underneath the trees. I could have stayed another while to make each strand fall into place. Instead, I took the corner slowly with the breeze across my face. My hair dried in the wind today, a little wild around the edges. I let the weather finish what I usually fix before I leave. My hair dried in the wind today, no mirror waiting at the door. I did not have to look composed to feel like myself once more. A cyclist passed with bread in tow, a paper bag beneath one arm. The cafe chairs were being set in crooked rows along the curb. A strand kept catching on my cheek. I tucked it back, then let it fall. The world did not require me to be presentable at all. My hair dried in the wind today, a little wild around the edges. I let the weather finish what I usually fix before I leave. My hair dried in the wind today, no mirror waiting at the door. I did not have to look composed to feel like myself once more. Spent enough mornings treating every detail like a test, smoothing every crease and corner before allowing myself to rest. But the trees were moving freely without arranging every leaf, and something in that careless motion made a little room in me. My hair dried in the wind today, a little wild around the edges. I let the weather finish what I usually fix before I leave. My hair dried in the wind today, no mirror waiting at the door. I did not have to look composed to feel like myself once more. By noon the ends had curled a bit, the way they always try to do. I caught my reflection in a window and walked past without correcting it. The day had settled on my shoulders lightly like a borrowed shirt. I like the version of myself that let the breeze complete the work. I found the notebook in a drawer with pages waiting near the back. A few old plans and pencil marks and one idea I never unpacked. I used to think I missed the train that everyone had caught before me, but the trees outside took their own time to fill the street with leaves this morning. Maybe this is my season, not the one I pictured years ago. Maybe this is my season to begin with what I know. I do not need a perfect moment or a sign above the road. Maybe this is my season, and I am ready to find out. I bought a pen on my way home and cleared a corner of the table. Not a dramatic first attempt, just something small and finally tangible. The afternoon stayed ordinary, a neighbor carried in her mail. Still I wrote the first few lines and let them be uneven and unfinished. Maybe this is my season, not the one I pictured years ago. Maybe this is my season to begin with what I know. I do not need a perfect moment or a sign above the road. Maybe this is my season, and I am ready to find out. Some things arrive in April, some wait until the end of June. A flower is not a run compared my life enough to clocks that were not made for me. Today I will leave the window open and give this new beginning room to breathe. Maybe this is my season, not the one I pictured years ago. Maybe this is my season to begin with what I know. I do not need a perfect moment or a sign above the road. Maybe this is my season, and I am ready to find out. Stayed beside my cup as evening settled on the floor. One page had turned into a start, and that was more than there had been before. I closed the drawer but left it near the chair where morning light comes in. Maybe nothing has passed me by. Maybe now is where I begin. I left the question on the table beside a glass with melting ice. The morning did not need a verdict before I stepped outside. The bookstore opened up its windows, a delivery bike crossed the lane. I took a road I rarely noticed and let the map remain unchanged. Nothing urgent, everything possible, no need to narrow down the view. I can leave a few doors open till I know which one feels true. Nothing urgent, everything possible. The day has room to rearrange. Some answers come more clearly when I do not chase them into place. I ordered something unfamiliar at the cafe near the park. Found an empty bench beneath a tree with pencil marks across the bark. I wrote 3 thoughts inside my notebook, then crossed out only one. The others did not need defending, they could wait beneath the sun. Nothing urgent, everything possible, no need to narrow down the view. I can leave a few doors open till I know which one feels true. Nothing urgent, everything possible. The day has room to rearrange. Some answers come more clearly when I do not chase them into place. Mistaken quick decisions for a kind of certainty, as though an answer made too early could protect the rest of me. But a path can stay unfinished without becoming something wrong. The afternoon can hold a question and still carry me along. Nothing urgent, everything possible, no need to narrow down the view. I can leave a few doors open till I know which one feels true. Nothing urgent, everything possible. The day has room to rearrange. Some answers come more clearly when I do not chase them into place. By evening I had solved no puzzle, still the edges look less sharp. A breeze moved through the open windows of the houses near the park. I brought the question home beside me, not as heavy as before. Maybe I can let tomorrow show me one possibility more.
The clock above my desk said 5:30. I had not crossed off half the things I meant to. A cup had cooled beside the keyboard, and one reply was still unfinished. I closed the screen and looked outside. The roofs were holding on to its silver spokes turning bright. 5:30 and still golden, the day is not used up its sky. There is light across the buildings, there is time I do not have to justify. 5:30 and still golden, the hours did not go as planned, but the evening left a little room for something good I had not arranged. Oh, 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 oh. I bought iced tea from the corner shop and took the slower road toward home. A dog was sleeping by a doorway with one paw stretched beyond the shade. The trees made patterns on the pavement, a delivery van pulled away. Nothing needed my attention for the next few blocks anyway. 5:30 and still golden, the day is not used up its sky. There is light across the buildings, there is time I do not have to justify. 5:30 and still golden, the hours did not go as planned, but the evening left a little room for something good I had not arranged. I used to call a day a failure when it slipped outside the lines, as though the morning owned the outcome and the evening came too late to count. But the sun was leaning through the branches like it had somewhere else to be, and still it gave the street its color without asking anything from me. 5:30 and still golden, the day is not used up its sky. There is light across the buildings, there is time I do not have to justify. 5:30 and still golden, the hours did not go as planned, but the evening left a little room for something good I had not arranged. Oh, 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 oh. For something good I had not arranged. Reached my street and kept on walking past the turn I usually take. The windows caught the lowering sun and handed it from frame to frame. The day was not what I expected, still it had not closed its door. At 5:30 the light reminded me there was something left to enjoy.
I sent the last reply at 4:15, closed the tabs I did not need, left one note for Monday morning and let the rest remain incomplete. The daylight waited by the window, the street had not begun to rush. I put my laptop in the drawer before another task could volunteer. The weekend started early while the afternoon was still awake. I walked out with an empty shoulder, no excuse I had to make. The weekend started early, nothing crumbled when I stopped. The world kept turning without asking for every minute I had got. I bought a cold drink at the corner and called a friend I had not seen. We found 2 chairs outside a cafe beneath a slightly crooked tree. The waiter carried out the glasses, a dog stretched flat beside the door. For once I did not keep on checking what else I could be working toward. The weekend started early while the afternoon was still awake. I walked out with an empty shoulder, no excuse I had to make. The weekend started early, nothing crumbled when I stopped. The world kept turning without asking for every minute I had got. I used to treat the final hour like a test of character, as though a little extra effort always made the day more valuable. But a life is not a waiting room outside a list of things to do. Sometimes leaving space unclaimed is the most productive thing to choose. The weekend started early while the afternoon was still awake. I walked out with an empty shoulder and no excuse I had to make. The weekend started early, nothing crumbled when I stopped. The world kept turning without asking for every minute I had got. By 6 the sunlight crossed the table and landed in the water glass. We ordered something small for dinner, then let the evening take its time. Monday waited where I left it, neatly folded out of sight. I had not finished everything, but I had started living Friday night. Stayed open after breakfast, the curtain lifted from the sill. A row of trees along the sidewalk had found a deeper shade of green. I wore the shoes with softened soles and left my hair the way it fell. The weather did not ask for effort, it seemed to know me rather well. June suits me fine, with its sleeves rolled to the elbows. A little breeze between the buildings, a little sunlight through the leaves. June suits me fine, it does not need to make a scene. I am learning not to reach so high for things that fit me easily. The corner shop set out its peaches in wooden crates beside the door. A neighbor watered pots of mint and away from somewhere on the 4th floor. The sky was not a postcard blue. A few pale clouds were passing through, but nothing had to be spectacular to make the afternoon feel good. June suits me fine, with its sleeves rolled to the elbows. A little breeze between the buildings, a little sunlight through the leaves. June suits me fine, it does not need to make a scene. I am learning not to reach so high for things that fit me easily. I used to think that growing meant becoming someone hard to reach. Always dressed for bigger rooms, always running past my own street. But the hydrangeas near the station bloom at eye level by the wall. Maybe there is something honest in not trying to be tall. June suits me fine, with its sleeves rolled to the elbows. A little breeze between the buildings, a little sunlight through the leaves. June suits me fine, it does not need to make a scene. I am learning not to reach so high for things that fit me easily. By evening, shadows crossed the table. The day had settled into place. I poured cold water in a glass and let the condensation stay. No need to hurry toward July or dress the moment up as more. June suits the person I am now, and that is plenty to be grateful for.
I took the stairs behind the station, past the vending machines and signs. There was a landing near the rooftop I had walked by 100 times. The street below was still the same one, the bakery, the bus stop, the trees. But from a few steps higher up, the whole block opened differently. There is a better view from here, not because the world has changed. I I just moved a little sideways, and the pieces rearranged. There is a better view from here, more sky between the roofs. I do not need to travel far to find another way to look. A train ran silver through the houses, a shirt moved on a balcony, someone watered window boxes while the radio played quietly. The things I carried through the morning did not vanish in the air. Still they felt more manageable with a little distance there. There is a better view from here, not because the world has changed. I just moved a little sideways, and the pieces rearranged. There is a better view from here, more sky between the roofs. I do not need to travel far to find another way to look. I used to think a new beginning had to come with unfamiliar roads, a suitcase packed, a door behind me, somewhere no one knew my name. But maybe change can be much smaller, a chair pulled closer to the light, a different route around the corner, a question asked another way. There is a better view from here, not because the world has changed. I just moved a little sideways, and the pieces rearranged. There is a better view from here, more sky between the roofs. I do not need to travel far to find another way to look. The afternoon leaned into evening, the windows caught the lowering sun. I stood there longer than I planned to, then walked back down when I was done. The same street waited at the bottom, with room enough for something new. Nothing had to be completely different for the day to feel renewed. There is a better view from here, and maybe that is all I need. One small shift, a wider window, one more way to let things be.